Hey guys, it's Chris from Enola Gay, and it's time for Valken Debrief Live.
Welcome to the most interactive airsoft show on the interwebs. It's the Valken Debrief Airsoft live show. Each and every episode is sponsored by the fine folks at Enola Gay. Also, don't forget to sign up for the largest growing airsoft community in the world, known as the Valken Alliance. You can link up with other Alliance members throughout your region on our Facebook groups by just searching the Valken Alliance. We also offer Alliance sponsorships for qualified airsoft teams. And the Valken Debrief also shares local and national airsoft events so you don't miss out what's going on in your region. We also give away some sweet products from time to time, so the more you interact, the greater the chance you could win. And we work hard to bring you new and exciting special guests during each episode. You can also find us at many airsoft events throughout the world. And if you miss any of our live casts, you can always catch the rewind on our YouTube channel or SoundCloud. So sit back and get ready for your Valken Debrief.
Warning, the following video contains strong language which may be offensive to some viewers and/or inappropriate for immature airsoft players. The content within this video is intended for mature audiences with common sense only.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Valken Debrief Airsoft Show, episode number
95.
95.
Do we know anybody in 95? What's that a good number for? Is that a hockey number? I'll come up with something for 96.
95.
95? Just 95? It's 5 away from 100.
I haven't seen normally you see football players and stuff go up to like 80 something.
Receivers
Not very many 90s.
A lot of receivers have 90s, I'm pretty sure. No, defensive linemen have 90s.
Oh, that's what it is.
Because I know J.J. Watt's like 92. So it's a lot of linemen always in the 90s. I was in the 60s as a lineman, but that was like 20 years ago. We only had 10 players on the team. Yeah, we had like 13 starters. Just quarterback would go off and a D-back would come on. That was it.
I am the Kaiju, the Supreme Commander of the Valken Alliance. To my right, your left.
Well, I'm going to use one more formal title. It's Lord Fuzzyface. That's a family name of BB Shire. Also, some people call me Peltast or Chris, whatever. Asshole, hey you. Hi, how's it going?
Even though you voted the family name.
It's TV, so it's whatever we say it is.
It is.
You know what I mean? Like it can be a family name. It can be a ancestral home. There might be a BB Shire somewhere in southern, England. We don't know.
There could be, or Ireland,
or maybe someone starts a new field and calls it BB Shire.
Oh, that would be cool.
And I could come bless it.
There is a Robin Hood paintball field.
Is there?
Sherwood Forest.
Where's that
at? Northeast, Midwest, that way.
Far away from us.
Yeah, far away from us.
In the Northeast, land of high population density.
Oh my gosh! Share the show, tag your friends. It's real easy.
Yep.
I'm gonna bomb tag Woody.
He's at work right now, so we're gonna just destroy him. He's working late. We're gonna annoy him into being on the show.
I think he's in a hotel room right now.
Is he in a hotel room?
He's traveling.
Oh.
So Woodcock.
There's a couple jokes that we made there, but I don't know if his wife watches the show.
Woodcock.
Ooh, over and over and over again. And I am going to see. I've learned how to make macros, and bam, JP. There you go. There's 8.
Oh my
Apps
goodness.
are your friend. It's great. You want to talk about the Valken Alliance real quick for
our sponsors?
For
oh yeah, we gotta pay the bills, so that would be nice.
So Valken Alliance, you're seeing it on your screen right now. Easy to sign up. It actually is this quick to sign up if you have your fill-ins set up properly and you're not a Luddite.
Yeah, if you had Google remember all your cookies.
Yeah,
and
you're
stuff.
good. Google controls your life. They'll tell you what to do. Real quick, this is the Rocky Mountain page you're seeing right now. Basically, all regional. Talk to like-minded people. Discuss airsoft. Maybe where you want to play airsoft. If there's new fields coming out, or maybe you're someplace that's not so fortunate to have a bunch of fields. This might be where you guys get together and go play in national parks and stuff. Who knows? But it's free. It's good to network. Works out good.
And we are featuring the Rockies region because we just came back from
Copperhead,
American Milsim's Copperhead.
And honestly, the Rockies are the best region. I mean, we may not be the most numerous, but we're the most hardy. I think
we're like squished in between people.
Yeah,
We're
like
Fremen
if you're Dan fans. we've been raised in a hostile environment with lack of water and oxygen, so we're stronger and faster than the rest of you when we come to sea level.
Also, don't forget, we do have a hotline. You can call that anytime, 856-975-0650.
One request, though.
What?
Timmy keeps leaving messages and they're inappropriate.
Tim Selby?
Yeah, that last one was just heavy breathing and animal sounds.
He's practicing his dialogue. When he goes for an audition up in Canada, he actually calls us, and that's what he uses to practice his lines.
I'll play this answering machine message for you, and you will be like, "What fucking movie is this for?" It's like a Stephen King, Jeremy.
I don't know. It too just is coming out.
I mean, it was disturbing. Let's just put it that way. It was not right.
So if you want to see a certain guest on the show, or you want us to talk about a certain event, or you want us to come to your event, or you just want to talk crap about our beards, whatever you want, just call the hotline, leave a message.
There are more impressive beards out there that should be talking crap right now? I mean, I've seen some. Too Tall, he's got a...
Too Tall's got a pretty impressive
got a really
beard.
Good one.
Angry Canadian's got a pretty...
That
reminds me. I need to tag Too Tall.
Oh, didn't you?
I'll tag Too Tall, and then...
I'll hit Angry Canadian because he just popped up on my feed a little while ago.
Oh, cool.
So I friended him, I'm pretty sure.
Nice.
Either that or I'm waiting to be friends with him. It's kind of a weird limbo place to be in, like waiting to be friends. Like I've said I want to be friends, and he hasn't told me if we're friends yet. You know what I mean? It's a weird place to be in for Facebook.
It is. So today we are going to be talking about the debrief from the desert.
I know. Our road trip.
Our little road trip experience down to Playas, New Mexico.
It was exciting. I had fun. Did you have fun?
Oh, I had a blast.
I thought it was a lot of fun.
And then right after that, we did a little impromptu segment at Copperhead called...
It was a small battery cable issue with Cooking with Cookie. So
Cooking
we only
with
got
Cookie.
40 minutes. We get like 40 minutes like on the dot?
Somewhere
right
around
40
there.
minutes?
Yeah, I forgot my power cable, and so as I'm recording, I recorded as much as I possibly could, and then when the little warning bar says, you have 5% battery life...
Click.
Yep. We were like, all right, we got to do the segue back to the studio.
On the upside, though, I mean, stay tuned because all kinds of people came through that dining room.
They did.
Like there was a roundtable discussion with someone cooking with Brad cooking in the background, making fajitas. Those were tasty.
Yes. Yeah, that's Brad Bulot, call sign Cookie from Overwatch Tactics. So it was really cool.
And if you're lucky enough at Overwatch, he might cook for you.
All right. That's true.
Starting something there.
Conquest Avalon's coming up next. All right. So let's cut to a quick commercial, pay the bills, and then we'll come right back with our debrief from the desert.
Here, I'm going to do my impression of the commercial. Bacon for you. No?
Yeah, watch me not play that commercial. All right. Tag your friends, share the show, get them in here. You don't want to miss out. You can even do your own little watch party. That's cool, too.
Some people are doing that now. It's a cool thing to do, I heard.
It is.
Watch parties.
It's the millennial thing to do.
No. They're older people. What's the next generation? Millennials are like, I'm a millennial. Like, that's how sad.
What's after millennial?
I don't know.
If you know what's after millennials, put it in the chat below. We'll be right back after this quick commercial break.
So, this is Gunfire, and you are watching Valken Debrief.
The shortest path to your target is always a straight line. Be sure to check out Valken's full line of highly polished precision BBs made in Taiwan. The Valken Accelerate Pro Match BB is available now at your local Valken authorized dealer.
Hey, welcome back to the Valken Debrief Airsoft Show, episode number
95.
95.
5 from 100. That's big. Like, I'm excited. What are we going to do for 100? Is there a party? Do we have like a big balloon drop?
Yeah, you and I go out to dinner and we broadcast live while, from dinner, us eating steaks and make everybody jealous.
And make everybody watch us eat snakes. We just smear butter all over them and
butter,
enjoy
sour cream.
Some of that cream spinach. I like the cream
crowded
spinach.
butter.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah, that's how it works.
Some of those twice baked potatoes. You know what I haven't had in a while? A really, really just overloaded potato. Like, one of those where they just kind of like...
Who makes the best baked potato? Put it in the chat. Who do you think makes the best baked potato?
I think it's my wife, actually. She does twice baked, and they're rad.
Oh,
they're rad, dude. It's like having mashed potatoes inside a baked potato. You can't beat that, dude. It's good.
So, welcome back. This is our debrief from the desert.
Road trip.
Yeah, it was a fun road trip down to Copperhead. American Milsim put that on. So we're just gonna kind of recap. If
if you guys were there.
Put an epic moment in the chat, please.
Oh, yes.
Or if you got one of us. If you shot one of us and you want to brag about it, put that in the chat too. I mean, because now everybody knows.
I know.
There's literally tens of people watching this show at any given time.
So first off, when you have to take these long drives, a lot of you drove in, and if you are carpooling, that's always an adventure.
It is not fun. Like, honestly, the idea of a road trip seems like a good idea before you get on the road trip. And then you start, people have stinky feet, and, people fart.
Or the dude you're supposed to switch off driving is, asleep.
Bullshit, I drove the whole
Not
way.
you, I'm saying in general. This is, I've had these from the past.
Did he trigger me real quick? Did I get a little guilty there?
We were both awake the whole
Okay, I was
time.
just making sure. I was like, whoa, you're not calling me out on this.
Monday before Copperhead, we spent
Good 6 hours.
Yeah, a good 6 hours. We were, Chris was checking the company van, checking the fluids.
There was some questionable wiring that I discovered that needed to be trimmed back, and just some general improvements. We need carpet.
Oh no, that was well before that.
Oh, was it? Oh, okay.
No, we're just talking about we just.
Oh, that's right, carpet.
We
and
laid
plastic.
the carpet.
Yeah.
We put the body bag plastic in the back.
Ooh, and we built that armrest. That was really cool.
We built the armrest.
We built
That's
the armrest and the cooler armrest / cooler mount. So now we have an official custom van.
We topped off the AC.
We did, yes, and it's cold now.
Yes,
especially with that Dexter sheet behind us.
Yeah,
it's it contains it real good.
And then Wednesday, we came back Wednesday, loaded up the van.
Everything was good.
Yeah,
I'm having dinner, and I get a phone call.
Yes, because I drove the company van home, and I was going to top it off with fuel and load up my personal gear.
Panic phone call. Hey Chris, what's up, man? Is fuel supposed to come out the bottom when I fill it up? Probably not. That's not an add-on.
I'm at the gas station. I go to pump the gas into the fuel tank, and it just starts falling in the bottom on the ground. And I immediately stop. I'm like, what is going on? I look underneath. So we park the company van at our warehouse, but it's not fenced in or anything.
So if you're a meth head, now you know where to come find it.
Yeah. Somebody had cut the fuel hose that goes from the gas cap to the tank.
Not just cut it, they'd split it all the way to the tank so they could get in there. It was bad.
They put a tube in there and they siphoned out the fuel, and so we didn't find out about that till about 6 o'clock Wednesday night.
But what do you always say?
And we're leaving Thursday morning.
Oh yeah, not Thursday morning. That was we actually left Wednesday night. I mean, to be fair, 4 o'clock in the morning is not Thursday morning.
So the plan was to
Wednesday
leave
night.
at 4 a.m. Thursday. So then comes the 3. Because what'd you tell me? It was about 4 hours of labor.
I said probably I
And
could
you'd have
get
to
this
drop
done.
the-
I could drop the tank and get this done tonight, but I'll be done about 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
And you're gonna have to stand here and hold a flashlight the whole goddamn time.
So we said no.
No.
So we POV'd it. You came over to the house at 3 a.m.
Cross-load all the shit into my truck, and we got on the road. Actually, that was the easiest part of the whole.
Well,
Okay.
by the time you got there, I already had the van unloaded.
And then it was just put the pallet up, load some product and some of our personal stuff, cover it up and for the rain, and we were on the road. That was actually really easy.
For doing all that, the goal was to leave at 4 a.m., but we were wheels up at 4:30.
And that was even after dropping the company van back off at the office.
Correct.
So that was high five. Good efficiency on us. Not bad at all.
So it was a 10-hour drive from Colorado, and believe it or not, that's the shortest road trip that we normally take. Copperhead is typically the closest AO. Everything else is 12 to 16
surprisingly
to
convenient
24.
stops too. You can stop in Albuquerque and Deming, and there's real places to stop. Unlike Wyandotte, where it's you might have a gas station on the side of the road.
No, you got to stop at Miami.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
you go to Miami, but literally between the Colorado border and Miami, there's just nothing. It's just empty space.
Depends which way you go.
Oklahoma and Kansas are both empty. There's just nothing you can do about it, man. There's nothing there.
Back to the drive, I-25 south. It was pretty uneventful.
No, it was actually a really easy drive.
Yeah, it was. So we hit Albuquerque around 10 a.m., right?
Yeah. I think
we missed rush hour.
We didn't hit any traffic, actually, whatsoever. I mean, the only thing we really had to worry about was trying to find, cheap diesel. We had to drive off the highway a little bit.
We got to Deming. Had to do the Walmart trip.
Oh, the Walmart walk is... So if this is if you haven't made one of the trips to these events yet, it's really important and feel free to buy some food on site, but like buy your food on the way in, like, and fill up coolers, because you're just gonna go broke if they have food trucks. Like, you can't eat 9 meals at a food truck in any kind of reasonable like budget. So that Walmart, there's always like a Walmart everybody hits on the way in. There's like the North Route Walmart or the South Route Walmart that people come in.
Yep.
In Copperhead, there's just one Walmart for like 3.5 hours.
And this Walmart is an hour and 15 minutes from Playas Training Center. So it's 72 miles, and it takes about an hour and 15
And
minutes.
I think it's like only like 15 miles off the actual like Mexican border. So like this is, it's kind of, it's backwards.
Well, because it's like, okay,
Yeah.
so we go down the highway about 20 minutes, then exit, go south about 20 minutes, and then go
Yeah.
west again about another 20 minutes.
But keep in mind,
and then
we're like
it's a couple
still
minutes down the road.
easily like on the border the whole way. So like,
Playas is no joke,
Yeah.
6 miles from the border.
Deming is kind of so backwards, and no offense to anybody who lives there, but like they still have New Coke, is all I'm going to say. They have New Coke and Crystal Pepsi on the shelves. It's kind of people of Walmart while you're there.
Yeah.
If you know that page, I'm not gonna tell what it is, but if you know what we're talking about, it's a little.
So we're going through Walmart and seeing what, we're planning our meals out.
Which was
Right.
not a good idea with two
And-
hungry fat guys planning meals. Does not lead to healthy choices. Let's put it.
And
that
we
way.
actually, we got 2 cases of water,
Mm-hmm.
a couple cases of Powerade. We got our beverages down, but
food lunch was the issue.
Well, the thing is, we were planning meals, but we forgot to get snacks.
We did not get a single snack.
We forgot snacks.
We
but
got no
that's okay.
chips. But see, that worked out because like apparently Woody didn't bring any actual food and just brought snacks.
I know, right? So it kind of balanced
I just
out.
went into his chips whenever I needed something to snack on. I figured, he's not gonna know.
One of the best in-game foods you can get that you can throw in your backpack or whatever.
Uncrustables.
Uncrustables.
Top tip, pro tip right there.
Because you buy them frozen and you keep them frozen, and then, before formation, you throw them in your pocket or whatever. By lunch, they're perfect.
Actually, I can one up you on that. Don't put them in your bag. Put them in your cargo pockets. So then you have this ice cold block on your knee for like the whole half of the morning, and it keeps you cool.
See, that wouldn't work for me because my pants are baggy.
Oh, so it slides around?
Yeah, they don't hold it.
I'm still rocking properly fitted Army BDUs, so like they actually stay where they're supposed to on the
And
sides.
Walmart, besides food and drinks, if you forget anything,
Oh yeah, because I had to get a pillow. Those $3 pillow. I think I bought like. I've been to 4 Copperheads. I bought 4 pillows at Walmart. Pretty much at this point.
But
Hey, for
seriously,
$4,
I
who gives
mean-
a shit? $4.
outside of airsoft stuff, if you forget anything, Walmart is pretty much the
The
jam.
last stop. And also make sure if you're going to Copperhead in the future, like really stock up at Walmart, because if you forget shit, it's 2 hours back and forth to Walmart. I think the nearest thing other than Walmart is there's
That's
like
a 3-hour round trip.
Yeah, there's like a love
screwed.
station on the side of the road with a Dairy Queen. I mean, and I'm pretty sure if you don't want like super cut yourself knives or bad sunglasses, there's not much they can help you with.
Yeah.
And diesel. They got lots of diesel.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So keep in mind, if you do not stock up, you're an idiot. That's all I'm gonna say. I can't. I really have no sympathy for people anymore who are told over and over again to these events that this is like an excursion camping experience. And then you just see the forums, which is just like, so where do I get food on site? They're like, you bring a grill and some meat
I know,
and you
right?
cook that shit.
And-
That's how you get food on site.
Also, you got to hydrate.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not talking about this force hydration challenge crap. No, that's the worst thing you do for your body. You can do it. Cut out alcohol, soda, all this crap.
Well, alcohol and soda counts now as hydration. You just have to drink extra water to compensate because of the caffeine and stuff in the alcohol.
True. But, I mean, you got to pre-hydrate for about a week. And not overhydrate, just drinking normal, a couple
clear.
water bottles of...
Pee and clear, it's all you got to do.
No, you want a slight color.
It's color?
My wife was public health. She said just a little
bit of color?
Just
Okay,
a little bit of color.
All right,
A little bit of color. Because if it's clear, then all your electrolytes are gone.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
I thought clear
And
see-through means
avoid
you're good.
those salt tablets.
Don't do that shit, man.
Those are for like triathletes, biathlon.
If you're someone who it has like some people do have a salt deficiency. My wife's family, they salt the shit out of everything.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're one of those people, or you're someone who just runs low on electrolytes, Gatorade makes these gel packets that are a combination of caffeine and electrolytes.
The
and
problem
it's everything
with
you need.
the problem with those are when you down one of those.
Yeah, you need a shit ton of water afterwards.
you're gonna crash too. Because if you don't, because that's like, hey, you got like 2 miles left in the marathon, you got to freaking make it.
Yep.
Because once that wears off, you better put some substantial food in you.
What I always like
Or you're
using them
screwed.
for is that, you know, when you're on the edge of hunger, and the shitty thing is like when you're hungry, and once you get hungry, it's hard to get unhungry. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
For have a real meal. And so what I like about those little snacks or those honey wafers, you've seen those, is that they're just a little thing to take the edge off, so you never get to that hungry place.
Yeah.
You always like hover before you, because once you get to that like I'm hungry, like nauseous place, either it's a full meal or nothing. There's like no middle ground. You know what I mean? Like,
And
that's
look-
what I like a lot.
Look at this. People are already putting their favorite snack in the chat.
Ooh,
We didn't even have to
what's
ask.
What's your snack? What's your field snack?
I
Because
know,
I actually
right?
saw a lot of Uncrustables on the field too. Like we're not the only ones who do that.
Oh, that's like Nemesis's go-to.
Well, to be fair, Nemesis.
Also jerky. Oh, Stone all of a sudden likes jerky now. After this event,
Well, he didn't.
he never had jerky. He wouldn't eat it before.
Really?
Yeah, it's
I mean,
like all of a sudden now he likes jerky.
I'm anti-jerky, but the army did that to me because like everybody has like jerky. Ooh, you know what's here's a good one. Spam. When you're traveling, a lot of people talk shit about spam, but it's
Is that
super,
fully cooked?
Yeah, it's cooked. You can eat it right out of the can. You can just eat it with a spoon if you want.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but what people don't realize, tons of salt, tons of protein, adds a lot of flavor to whatever you're doing, and so cans of spam will make your life easier. Like if you're making your little eggs in the morning, a little bit of spam in there, mix
Yeah.
it in.
I actually
protein,
made
salt.
fried rice last night with 2 cans of spam.
How'd that go? Tasty?
Oh, the kids love it. They call it special rice.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
You know what's funny is that actually they use spam for the fried rice when they do taco rice in Okinawa.
All right. We need to get past food
I'm
because
sorry.
it's making me hungry.
I know. I'm sorry.
It's getting me
two
hungry.
fat guys who haven't had breakfast yet.
So we arrive at Playas, and it was about
It was like 3
4
o'clock in the afternoon.
3, 4
Yeah,
in the afternoon.
we got there a little early.
So we leave early to get there at a decent time, and there was maybe a dozen people there outside of AMS staff.
AMS, by the way, thanks for getting your shit together, knowing we were showing up on Thursday along with everybody else, because they were clueless that a bunch of people were coming in on Thursday.
Don't you love how he throws shade?
Oh,
all
I'm
the
throwing
time?
it out. I'm throwing it out there to AMS. They know I love them, but
Whatever.
I just want to say, like, you know.
No, so
Great plan.
Greg Alexander was in charge of the houses.
Oh, he took care of us. Don't worry about it.
I remember this was Copperhead 5.
Okay.
Copperhead 1, you could rent houses or camp. And the campsite near the tennis courts, it was huge, and there was only 1 row of houses for rent.
There wasn't even like a full row. They didn't know.
I know,
none of
right?
them were sold.
Copperhead 5, they had 3 streets of houses.
People are going to be
rented
staying
out.
in the AO if this keeps going this way. Like,
Oh,
people
I
are just
know.
going to have to like rent out, you know, the shitty houses with snakes in them. I mean,
Because we were sharing a house with Overwatch Tactics and Woodcock and his son Stone, and Overwatch was the POC. And, well, you can't blame AMS.
no,
You could blame Soto, because maybe Soto didn't tell AMS
There is
that we were going to be there Thursday.
And also, it doesn't hurt that they were supposed to be there around the same time we were, a little
They
later.
were.
And they had a small. They also had car trouble.
Yeah, they had a tire blowout.
Yeah, like when we say blowout, like it was rim on pavement when they got done. Like they were driving through some
Rim on rim action.
Yeah, it was sparky metals, and so they actually had to pull off for the night and have and pay a professional to replace that
So
because they don't have their own professional on staff.
we get there Thursday. It's just Peltast and I and
A house.
in a house. And
Unload the van.
we unloaded the van.
Truck, sorry. Unload
Made
the
some
truck.
dinner. We walked around a little bit and
Said hi to the. We got a dinner invitation from the Raptor guys. They had some tasty
Yep.
burgers.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, we went over down to Raptor Man and all those guys.
We got to meet
Team
all.
Raptors.
They brought, I think, 4 or 5 new people this year, so we got to meet all the new faces.
Yep.
Got chased
well,
away
that had never been to Copperhead before.
Oh, okay. Well, I had.
They've been team members for a while, but
They just hadn't made the trip yet.
Yeah,
but
they
we get
never-
to meet new people, which is always
we did.
never a bad thing. Always meet new people.
yep.
Storm chased us back home, and then I think you went to bed at that point. At like you were in bed early on Thursday, weren't you?
I went to bed at like 9:30. I went to lay down because, Woody and Stone, Corey Haynes from Guardian Apparel,
Like, no one was there
Cass
yet.
Hole, they were like caravanning from Oklahoma. So, and they were also meeting up with Cole and Punk.
They had very complicated, like convoy plans.
Yeah.
like there was like multiple people joining in multiple places and waiting for people. Like, it
And
just
they
seemed
were
way
supposed
too
to be in
complicated.
like 8, 9 o'clock, and I'm like, it's 9:30. I'm like, I'm not waiting up. I'm going to bed.
Yeah.
So
Wise choice.
I go to bed. Yeah, you went to your room too.
I mean, I stayed up to dick around on my phone for about a half an hour, and
Yeah.
then I wasn't asleep, but I was in bed about an hour after you.
So he's gonna take on the story time because I'm out. I have no idea what's going on.
Okay, so this big lovable guy falls asleep, and luckily he was held not part of the following festivities.
I was way in the back
Yeah,
room.
he was the back room.
He was in the first room.
I unfortunately set up camp in the front room. It was me and Dave, Lone Wolf from Overwatch Tactics, who, by the way, awesome
Brian.
roommate. Brian? Sorry, did I call him Dave?
Yeah.
I did, sorry.
Brian Burgess.
Brian is one of the best roommates ever because he keeps to himself. He doesn't make a mess like me. He keeps to his side of the room. Doesn't snore. I mean, like, honestly, that was the perfect roommate. We barely knew each other was in the room for the most part. It was just like drop off and sleep. Anyway, he wasn't there yet. Woody shows up, and at about 11 o'clock at night, I'm half awake, and I see this like salt and pepper face come around the corner. You know the Woody face.
Yeah.
You know, all both top and bottom salt and pepper. And he goes, "Oh, are you sleeping?" I'm like, "No." He's like, "Well, come out and say hi for a second." And don't ever do that, man. Don't. That's where you
Famous
need
last
to,
words.
Yeah, that's where what I like to explain happened next is I got woodied. And those of you who know Woody know exactly what that means. And then shortly after that, I got cold and quarried. And I got to bed about 5 in the morning. I think that was about when I got to bed.
So
I'm an adult, though, so I can sleep 2 or 3 hours
Woody-
and function the next day.
there's some noise going on. I wake up, I look at my phone, it's like 6 a.m. and Woody's in the room making noise, and I'm like, dude, are you guys just,
Waking up?
getting in from your road trip? Because like, oh no, we got in at 11 o'clock. We're just now going to bed. I'm like, what?
Yeah. So top tip to AMS, next time you're setting up houses, pay attention to who's in them, because our house was literally like us and Overwatch here. All the ASAP assholes were across the street.
Wait, what does that have to do with AMS? Why does that matter?
Because they picked where the houses were. So they
So-
made like the block party, which leads to disaster. Like you put all these people in one
Yeah,
place.
I don't really think they paid attention.
They're
to
gonna hang out, and so honestly, like you had us.
because guaranteed AMS doesn't want like stuff to kick off.
Well, then they need to pay closer attention to who's getting these houses, because like it was like Enola Gay was down the street, Evike was on the other side of the street. Like literally, there was like 6 houses.
Enola Gay had 3 houses.
Yeah, no one was in their house. Like of those houses, if the game wasn't on, people were just wandering up and down the street in front of the houses the entire time. It was just a like 4-day block party. AMS, you made it happen.
It's like a shanty
Good or
town.
bad. It was actually really fun.
It was like a shanty town.
I mean, it was old home week. You got to see everybody you hadn't seen in forever. It was cool.
So since I got woken up at 6 a.m., I got what do you call it? So I decided to wander around and stuff like that. Rich Gully, I noticed he was awake.
That is an awesome
And-
picture he took of Cameron, by the way.
No, it was of the sunrise.
No, he's on. He has a picture. Have you seen Cameron's new profile pic?
No, I haven't.
It's him sitting on the roof, like with like the sun rising in the background, just kind of like.
Oh, my
where his
goodness.
dad walked out and caught him. It's a great picture. It's, of many.
Okay. So, so I get up, I go hang out with Rich for a little bit, come walking down the street. Robo, Murray, Dave Bax from Airsoft Obsessed, they're out there.
I was trying not to name drop too much.
No, it's okay. I'll name drop all the time. Chris Pananen from EG was awake, so it was just kind of...
Got to meet him for the first time this weekend. That was an experience, to say the least.
Yep.
He's a fun guy.
Oh, yeah. And then, everyone starts getting up around 10 or 11 for the most part, because Vendor Row is opening up at noon. But before we get into Vendor Row, we're going to cut to a quick commercial. Mm-hmm. So don't go anywhere.
Bills real quick.
Yeah, I got to pay the bills. We'll be
Let's see
right.
if I can time it right.
We'll be right back after this quick commercial break.
Hi, this is Clarence, Airsoft Surgeon. You are watching Valken.
Check out the Valken Alpha gloves. Each glove is equipped with a durable synthetic leather palm and non-bleeding fabric. Its low-profile armor design protects your hands against BB strikes. We've included reinforced high-wear contact points and flexible articulating joints. The Alpha glove also comes with breathable air mesh fabric and stretch elastic cuff closures. So no matter what kind of playing conditions you encounter, the Valken Alpha gloves will keep your hands cool and in the game. Welcome back to the Valken Debrief Airsoft Show, episode number
95.
95.
Nom, 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 nom.
95.
Ooh, I like that. I like that.
So we've been talking about the debrief from the desert.
The first road trip of the current cast of the debrief.
Yes, that's correct.
Not the last, but the first.
So we're gotten to the point where Friday morning, folks are
Vendor
kind of
Row.
waking up, going to Vendor Row.
People are slow getting up. I mean, I know I stayed up all night, but I was up by like 7. Like 7:30, I was up moving around. I mean, I didn't feel
There were
great.
some folks that weren't moving till like 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
And I'm not saying that I'm not saying I consumed adult beverages. Mostly my problem was that I just only slept like 3 hours. So, I had that like no sleep headache. And I didn't have caffeine.
I had no sympathy for him.
No, I did it to myself. I'll fully admit that. But unlike other people, and I'm not pointing fingers, I've had a lifetime of adult drinking, so I know how to like wake up and like be a functional soldier the next day, like because that's pretty.
Your
much
body
how I
remembers
live.
a lot when you're.
Yeah, it's kind of shocking.
You leave the military.
I mean, you remember those days where you'd wake up and or you'd be out with your friends. It's like 4:30 in the morning, and you have to make that decision: do I just keep drinking till PT, or do I try and sleep for an hour? Will that make it better? Like and often the drinking option won. It's not. Come on, you did it too. Officers did it too.
No, I didn't.
Really, you didn't?
No.
Wow, never got taken out by your men. Little thunder run.
Nope. Wouldn't
just
allow it.
Didn't tape you up to the gun barrel. All that. Good
I'm not going to say on the show, but I'm going to tell you why I don't get drunk.
Ooh, bad stuff.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
So Vendor Row, if you've never been to an American Milsim event, it's not just check-in and chrono. They have a retail vendor and all their sponsors and chrono. So we had Amped Airsoft.
MC Kydex.
MC Kydex was there. Josh McNeil from MC Kydex. I mean, he's just making stuff like right there.
He
like,
tried to
on the
make me
spot.
something while I was talking to him. I was like, no, I want to go through your website. I want to be a customer. It's fun. Like half the fun is clicking all through those menus.
Yep.
It's great.
Enola Gay had the lounge with the inflatable couch. That was pretty cool.
Unfortunately, though, not many people got to use the couch because the Sladies of Airsoft, they were.
Oh, that's right.
They turned it into a photo shoot. Like all the Sladies.
That
were
was
there.
a cool photo shoot.
And I'm not using that as like a generic term. I literally mean they call themselves the Women of Airsoft is what they call themselves. Sladies. There's a group.
Well,
It's
there's
like-
a group, but they don't necessarily call themselves that.
That's what the group's name is on Facebook that they all part of.
Correct, but that doesn't mean
Oh.
they wear it like on their shoulder. So you know what? We're gonna have one of the ladies on the show.
Educate us.
Yes,
because that's
we'll
actually
educate you.
me. Because fight the patriarchy. I'm a chauvinist pig, apparently.
So, who else was that? Titan Power?
Titan Power is there.
Was set up.
All the batteries. They got some new batteries out.
Mo Guns and Guardian Apparel.
Red Line had a shooting range set up. That was kind of cool.
Yep,
you
down
can
by
test
the
it.
Chrono Station. But there, so Vendor Row opens at noon. Everybody knows this. That's the sponsor. And
People are not great.
we
at
just
getting
named
open
all
when-
those folks.
Yeah.
Those folks were there at noon, ready to go. There were still like 3, maybe 4 tents
There was a couple
that weren't filled, and it's like,
guys.
you paid the money to have prime real estate.
Sell
but
the stuff.
You're
Sell
not
your stuff all
there.
day
I mean, I'm
Now,
just saying.
To be fair, this time
I don't
around,
like to throw away money.
It was a little hot on Friday morning. I think it was like 95 on Friday morning.
Dude, it's high desert
I know.
in September.
I'm just saying people get kind of. I mean, it still shocks me that people come to this event and they're like, "It's hot out," and I'm like, "Why did you come to the desert in summer?"
That's dry heat.
You know what I mean?
They didn't have to deal with humidity.
I'm just saying.
So, Chrono went smoothly. Run by Nemesis Milsim.
That was easy.
Yeah.
They
The
always
hard
have-
part is I actually had an HPA and an AEG, and I there's 2 lines. And I didn't know which one to go in, but Alex Francisco, call sign Virus, is there. I'm like,
Took care of him.
took care of me. He's like, oh, he went and chronoed my AEG for me, and then I went
I have
and
a
chronoed my
slightly
HPA.
different tactic when it comes to chronoing. I just hang out under the shade and watch the chrono area until the line gets down, and as soon as it gets down to like 2 people, I just run over real quick, jump in line, and then jump out of line.
No,
That's
but
the key.
I go over there and I mingle with the people in line.
Well, I
See
don't-
where they're from, where they're at, take some selfies.
I want to stand in the sun. Like if they want to, like I'll come over and.
I was
mingle
under
for,
the
like,
big tree.
It was warm over there. That's all I'm saying. Like there was like the first 5 people were in the shade, and then it was sun after that. It was. I probably am a little biased by how I was feeling that morning, so that's probably me and not anybody else that was feeling that way.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah.
And then safety briefs start kicking off every hour. Which,
Bo, for real, dude. Can someone else do the safety brief? I love you to death. I love listening. I love having conversations with you. but there has to be someone else on AMS staff who is more to the point about going through those slides. It's getting long. I mean, thankfully,
No, it's
with
not.
AC.
Well, I mean, Bo's been doing it since, the end of time.
Yeah.
Or the start of time. But I think Bo has done it so much that he kind of goes into autopilot.
Oh,
And sometimes some things are forgotten. He tries to hit the highlights, and he's always trying to do a good job.
I've seen
but he
good
doesn't have
pictures.
note cards. I mean, he had the slideshow, but still, it would.
He had new pictures this year, though.
He did.
New pictures.
He did have new pictures, but Copperhead's different. Normally, there's not a place to do a slideshow.
Yeah.
Copperhead's like their only venue to do a slideshow. But
It's the only place you can tolerate it, too. Like that little barn at Broken Home where they do the safety brief. Come on, tell me that's not some form of torture for the weekend.
No, it is.
That's like the first rite of passage at Broken Home is if you can make it through the safety brief
yeah.
in that barn. It is awful, man. So, safety brief went good.
yeah,
Let's
so
do-
I mean,
dumb
the
questions.
rest of Friday is just hanging out, seeing who all's there.
Oh, by the way, Moose caught me in the safety brief.
Yes, he did.
Dude, he totally insta-bombed me.
That's right.
Like, he caught me looking lazy and tired and leaned over in my chair looking all sloppy.
So head on over to Instagram at tactical.moose.96. And
got me.
Moose is sitting in the back, like about dead center. And
It just bombs me right
Chris
from
is
the back.
up front.
Just looking
And he
bad.
totally like records, zooms in like right up to his face. And it was awesome.
And then, I mean, I didn't realize how bad I was looking that morning. But, to be fair, I'd spent 8 hours in a van the day before and showered in low-pressure water and all that stuff. So, like, my hair didn't have its usual vigor, let's say. So, I wasn't looking great.
So,
what else we missed? Oh, yeah.
I mean, Friday is just everybody's showing up. You check in, sign your waivers, get your guns chronoed, and then it's like hangout time.
Yeah, if you have a choice to get there Thursday night or Friday morning, I suggest Thursday night for people. Because
If you have the time off available.
yeah, if you can do it. Because Friday is, like, this was not the most poppin' vendor row ever. But normally people try to be out there at vendor row, meet and greet, hang out with people. And I'm not saying you're going to go out of your way to find me or anything. But if you want to hang out on Friday and talk about airsoft, I am offering
just
at
talk
vendor
about-
row.
I go to events not to play airsoft. I go to events to hang out with my Milsim family and just catch up with people I just have not seen in a while, other than Facebook. To actually get face to face. Like, dude, seriously, what's going on? What you've been up to?
That's a good point.
That's not Facebook. That you don't post on Facebook.
It's not like a mantra.
Yeah.
They're like, I'm the hardest dude ever because I have the happiest face and you don't know what's in my secret heart. Those pictures. By the way, I'm gonna put this out here right here because we're at that point after the event where everybody's posting their like mantra pictures. Stoic pictures.
These are the ones where you put some kind of saying that's motivational in the description.
Everybody's doing it right now. And like if you think I'm talking about you, I'm talking about you. Like that's how bad it is right now. I've counted 15 of them so far since last weekend. So just so you know, I'm counting, and I might even do like a montage for the show of mantra pics, and it's all people just. It's all like these like stoic, like I just got out of a video game pictures.
I did actually really like the one. BB Dynamics took a photo of Corey Haynes where Corey's got the biggest smile on his face. That was an awesome pic.
Does he smile? Because I've known that guy for 3 years, and I haven't seen a ton of smiling.
That pic was
Corey.
awesome.
That's a good one. And then, by the way, have you seen the intro that they put together for the ASAP podcast?
No, I have
They
not.
filmed out there. If you guys haven't checked that out yet, it is very cool.
That's actually.
Oh, I saw that picture.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the first time I've seen him smile in like
I
a long
know.
time.
Corey doesn't like smile.
He has like resting bitch face. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. Like a lot of us do.
Well, he is an
He's a cop.
OKC.
Yeah,
PD.
he's I think he was working like narcotics for a long time too.
Oh,
so
he was
didn't-
UC for a
Yeah,
time.
he didn't have like he didn't have much to smile about for a couple of years there because work was kind of scary. But yeah, they filmed a new intro. And they featured his Lexus that he's been, reupholstering on the outside for the last like 3 months.
Why'd they feature it already? He's still got to get a grill and a bumper for it.
I don't know, but they took some cool shots. It's just them kind of like standing in the desert, like, looking all stoic and shit and then drinking. It kind of is like their podcast to a T. But it looks great. And high five to that, guys.
For those of you that follow Overwatch Tactics, Soto put an event up for Friday night that was supposed to start at
8
o'clock, Will.
p.m.
8 o'clock.
So,
Well, to
8
be fair,
o'clock.
Guerrilla Airsoft also was an hour
Well,
and a
no,
half later
so
than everything. So.
here's the fun part. So it was going to be the Cooking with Cookie episode. Soda was supposed to go live from the house because the houses have Wi-Fi. Mm-hmm. And then, and then I was going to be back up and record it. And Soto's asking me, like few weeks before what to get. Dude, Soto, you were in the military, bro. Prior planning prevents piss poor performance. That's the 7 P's.
You have to test.
Soto, you did not pre-check your equipment to figure out how it works together.
But it's okay.
We had the backup.
We were there to save you.
We were.
We're there to save you.
We were
actually mostly this guy. I just stood there and yelled at the cabinets while he checked sound.
So
it's mostly what I do around here.
I was getting the setup ready and everything, and Chris is in the other room, and Chris all of a sudden hears me swear at the top of my lungs. And he's like,
which doesn't actually, I know I'm a foul-mouthed motherfucker, but this guy actually doesn't curse that much compared to me. He's relatively I'm the heel, he's the baby face, if you're kind of a wrestling fan, if you understand that.
Yes. So I actually forgot the power cord to the media laptop, and I went around asking if anybody else had like an Asus laptop.
That was actually an interesting discussion because we were like planning on going back to Deming at one point.
Well, it was like that's a 3-hour round trip,
yeah.
and I'm like,
no, not doing it.
So I had about 47 minutes of battery life left, and so I set up the cameras. I'm doing an audio test, and I finally get the audio test, and then I get about 35 minutes of battery. I'm like, all right, power down. So once, I'm waiting on Cookie to show up.
Which, they got in at like 9, I think, or something like that.
8:30.
8:30, it was
8:30.
late. Yeah.
Because at 9 o'clock, I'm supposed to be at the Charlie Fox drop party.
I forgot about that.
Yes, which was a party, invite only, during the dam. So
for all the cool kids.
So I power back up and I start recording, the show at 8:30, and I got 32 minutes left. I'm like, all right, it'll get me about to 9 o'clock, so I can go over to the Charlie Foxtrot party. Well, I didn't realize just how many people walk in while we're filming. Which, after we talk about Debrief in the Desert, this episode. We're gonna show that
as soon as we say that cut to commercial, it's gonna come back, and you're gonna be in that dining room.
Yes,
it's kind of amazing.
So,
tons of guests.
But ended up going over. I didn't get done. Cookie wasn't finished cooking till 9:15. The fajitas, and I go over to vendor row. Everybody's gone. It's like 9:30 now. They're all on the AO. I call Ryan Dean. He's like, yeah, no, don't come out here.
Don't worry about that.
They said anybody that tries to wander out here afterward is going to get kicked off the AO. And I'm like, okay, I'll just go back to the room, go back to the house. Nah, not a problem.
But here's the funny part about doing that episode is that I didn't know we were doing it still. So this dude just left everything set up. I'm having a good old time in the dining room discussing things with friends. And Brad's cooking, and all of a sudden he just starts into the goddamn intro. Just here we go, like a crazy person in the middle of like a dining room, just starts doing our whole show, and I'm like, oh, are we live now? Are we doing this? Is this what's going on?
Yeah.
And we were going from there. I mean, I thought it turned out great actually.
No, it was
I haven't gotten to watch it yet, so it'd be a surprise for everybody when it shows up, including me.
So then, we all kind of go to bed whenever, and Saturday, evolution number 1.
Saturday was interesting. So how was Saturday set up?
Formation at 10.
We're 10. We were, our fob was on the western side.
Eastern?
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
Eastern.
Eastern side, and you had UFS that was in kind of that secondary neighborhood that's on the left side of the AO. You know, like the small
western side, yeah.
Little western there. Full AO usage for the first time since 2.5, and that was. It seemed very daunting.
For those that aren't familiar with Playas is wider than it is tall. So it's like a mile. It's a mile wide.
Like 3/4 tall or something like that?
No, it's half a mile tall, but you're only using, it's about half a mile tall, but the streets are about just under a half a mile because there's some open area to the north included in that half mile. So it's pretty big AO.
People were talking about how that was going to be like a problem. I didn't feel like there was that much more space. You know, honestly, like, I mean, I did a couple laps of the AO on Saturday morning.
Because we've played Copperhead to where fobs are here, but we've
fobs
also
here.
played where fobs are here.
And then fobs here as well.
Yeah, so, you know.
They're running out of... I mean, I thought this is my fourth. I thought the third party was the best they've done so far. I liked how third party... Because the first Lolosa interaction in 2.5 I had was just they'd show up and just shoot you in the back.
Oh, dude, they would actually go out and act like a third faction and just...
And it was super annoying. This time around, there's like a...
They really...
you know why they're doing it.
They never really left the market,
Yep.
the Haji market area, but they did go out and they would plant
IEDs.
IEDs for props and for you to interact with and other stuff, which
the
was
worst
cool.
part is half our guys didn't know that when they were out doing those missions that they were hostile. So like two of my guys got shot.
No. They weren't hostile. They were neutral until, as Cade would put it, shot us in the back. And then Cade was like, "Oh, weapons free."
Yeah, they were like neutral till they weren't. And it was that, you know, it was, I mean, to be fair, they set probably 4 IEDs on our side of the field, and I know my guys got my personal guys that I was leading. We got 2 of them, so they weren't that effective. We got 1 right when it got dropped.
Oh, we got 2 with the guys I was with.
Yeah, so good job, Lolosa, in giving us more points. That's pretty much all they did.
I mean, for those of you that don't understand, you know, game design, when you're given more fragos, okay, it's designed to split your forces up because we were kicking butt. That's the only way I can say it.
The goal of every game company is a draw or the closest victory known to man.
When one side is overwhelming another, game control will take the side that's winning and give them more stuff to do to split up their forces, to kind of even things out. Yeah. And I think having the fobs on the east and west is better from an attrition standpoint, because once you get extended so far away from your fob, you're only going to last maybe 2 hours effectively, because you might not die in game, but you're going to run out of ammo. Yeah. It's just how it is. You're going to have to go back.
Before ammo becomes an issue, the sun becomes an issue. I mean, that's really what it comes down to. If you don't have a place to hunker down, like a building or a little... I mean, there's almost no woods out there. There's like 4 bushes that you can actually like get in cover.
Like mesquite trees and cactus.
But if you don't have control of a building on that AO, you're on a time clock. And basically, it just till you run out of endurance. Because every moment in that sun is like an hour of doing other activities. Yeah. Like, I mean, really, it's harsh.
Speaking of moments.
Oh, I had some fun moments.
You had some fun moments?
I had some fun moments. So, I'll talk about 2. I got 2 real cool stories.
I always tell folks you should always come away with 2 or 3 epic moments from an event of Pew Pew.
First story was we basically were given... So I had the cost LERPs. It was me, Adam Starr, Josh Solo, and Mike he's a local player here. And these guys had these LMGs that could like engage God. Like these things had range on them. So we kind of wandered out. Initially we were hunting the Guardian teams, but we didn't see any of the Guardian teams out there. They weren't on rooftops. They didn't have vision on stuff. I mean, we took out one team early on, like right when we swept up, but we just kind of gave up on it because they weren't as out there as they were. So if we couldn't see them, they couldn't see us, and we figured the Guardians weren't that big a deal. Mm-hmm. So we started wandering between, and we ended up the northern street and the just second most northern street. We ended up sitting right in there, and we just slowly...
Which is basically the street that's north of the Chinook.
Yeah. If you were on cost, it was pink and blue. Those were the 2 streets. Was it? Did I get that right? Yeah, pink and blue. And we're just hovering between, and we look up north, and here's like 15 UFS dudes stacked up behind this house, and no one's looking into the fields between the streets. And so we watching our guys on one side, and we just like theater view here of them like fighting it out using the houses as cover with no side security. So all we had to do was just walk up and find a bush, because my guys were all like sneaky, and we just hosed down a UFS like 2 whole squads sitting behind a house, and all of a sudden the first guy would get hit, and they just like look at each other. Did you shoot me? And the next guy would get hit, and it wasn't until like the 4th or 5th guy would get hit in a row that they'd finally realize we were out in the bushes and start reacting. By that time, they're all gone.
They're
and it actually took more effort to get through to the infantry guys in the street on our team through the command net to tell them that we'd eliminated all the threats and they can advance. So half the problem was we'd clear these guys out and they'd be on the net, be like, hey, tell whoever's on pink that they're completely clear. No, they're taking fire. I'm like, not anymore. Look in front of you. There's a lot of dead rags. That was actually the hardest part. So that was a lot of fun in the morning.
For me, it really wasn't like one specific event. We were the combat controllers for cost. What I really liked was when Cade needed something, done, he would send us. He pretty much rolled with the same crew for most of Saturday. Me, I'd actually get attached to all these different, like at Game Start, I was attached to X-Ray, which was run by Whiskey,
That's
Tony Patton.
Oh, good guy.
And so I got to roll with Sal Zuniga from Third Coast Airsoft and Pope and their guys. Out of all the years we've been doing Airsoft, I've never actually got to play side by side with Sal.
Well, didn't you guys spent like all the Saturday together? Every time I saw you were with the Swedish guys or Sal's guys, pretty much.
Yeah, so I got to play with Sal's folks. Then I'm literally at checkpoint 1, and then I get recalled to down by La Losa at the market. And so I hook up with Raptors, some of the Raptor squad, and we have to go download a satellite comlink plus retrieve a data node. And literally the MGRS grid that JP gives us is like one house, but we had to search like these 6 houses around it.
I do like how AMS demands that we use MGRS now, and I understand MGRS, and he understands MGRS. I'm still pretty sure AMS doesn't understand MGRS.
So I got to play with Raptors. Then I got to play with Dogs of War, which had Ricard from Sweden.
A little jealous.
With
they had some cool
Don.
camis.
They did.
They had those. I think they actually call it M81 in Sweden. It's their version of M81.
Yeah. But
Very
it's
cool.
Instead of rounded edges, it's all sharp edges.
It looks like they're an armored vehicle almost when they're wearing it. It's kind of cool. I think that's one of the better patterns out there.
And here's a funny moment. So we go roll up behind the market over there by checkpoint 5.
Yep.
Checkpoint 5.
The one on the southeast of the market.
Mm-hmm. And UFS starts coming out the backside of the market, and it's like there's 4 of us. It's like me, Don, Sisu, and another one of their teammates, and we're just like
bucket, dying place.
So there's a house that overwatches checkpoint 5, so we bunker down, and I'm on the outside, they're on the inside. We start exchanging fire. UFS starts banging the house, and all of a sudden I hear Sisu is hit, Don's hit, and I'm like, you know what? I'm out.
You just left him? You just left him?
They were hit. They were inside the house. Dude, UFS threw like 6 to 8 bangers in it. I'm like, I'm not going in there.
Like that Enola Gay?
Because I didn't
creating a market in Enola Gay. You like that?
I didn't have muffs on. I'm like, they're just gonna keep. I'm like, sorry, Sisu and Don. So I rolled.
If you guys haven't heard one of these 67s in a house, man, like they're like 12 gauge shotgun loud. It is painful.
Because the houses are for the most part empty, and they echo.
I mean, even just the frags work is really good flashbangs in those houses. Because honestly, like I've been doing this a while, and it still scares the shit out of me.
Did you have any other epic moments?
Okay. So speaking of that same house, so I'm gonna skip one. I was gonna tell 3, but it doesn't seem as cool in follow up. Anyway, so I get a call from Cade, and checkpoint 5 is an issue. They want checkpoint 5. But we don't have the personnel to really like hold it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he calls me up and says,
which is normal airsoft.
Normal airsoft. He goes, hey, can you head down there with your guys and figure out what's going on? I'm like, oh yeah, I'm on the other side of the market. I'll walk over. So we walked over, and we hit there, and we go, oh, no one is checking this house. So we move up, under fire, change out the flag, fall back. They think we're gone. Me and one of my guys bunker down in the kitchen of this house and start watching the flag, and I release Adam Starr and Josh to go just do chaos because that's what they're good at. If you guys don't know Adam Starr, he's the dude with like 1960s BDUs on and like he has this like camo
sniper
drape,
veil, yeah.
and he runs around with these Car 15s like he's fucking Tom Berenger from goddamn Platoon.
They're Sistemas.
They're totally kitted out, but he looks super ghetto when he's running around with like he beats him up on purpose.
No, dude, like Car 15, carry handle, and
20 rounder patrol mags.
Yes, and like sometimes it's an old school thing, sometimes it's just 550 cord.
Yeah. And so this dude, I mean, honestly, once I learned that he's just kind of chaos incarnate, I just would point him in a general direction, and he'd come back like 20 minutes later. He's like, "Yeah, I got all these kill cards for you." And then he'd just go off and do it again. I don't know what he did out there. I don't know if he was collecting ears and teeth.
No, I've been on the opposite side of Adam. You know, at Copperhead Reindeer Games 2016 at Fort Hood. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I hate him.
You just don't know what he.
I hate him when he's on the other team.
Don't try to control him. Just give him a direction, and then just wait for the good news to come back to us. You know what I mean? So they were off doing their thing. Me and Mike, who local player, real good guy, got to spend some good time with him, which is really fun about Airsoft, that we live like 3 blocks away from each other, and we spent 5 hours in a house together, in New Mexico. So I get this call from Josh, and we're hunkered down. We're not actually watching the flag. We're just kind of coming back out to a window, checking it every about 10 minutes, and going back in to be quiet. And I got my radio off, and I'm just turning it on to check in so we can make sure we're not going to give ourselves away, just quietly hanging out in this room. I get this call from Cade, and he's like, "Hey, checkpoint 5, it changed over." And while he's calling me on this, I just turned my radio back on. He almost exposed us, because literally we're watching the patrol, like the squad that changed it over, start moving off farther east, and we're just waiting for him to go so we can like go just walk up behind him and change the flag. Yeah. And so I get this call from Cade, "Hey, something happened with the flag." I'm like, "Yeah, don't worry about it. I'm waiting. I almost got exposed. I'm waiting for this element to move by." And then I just scooted out. I set up my buddy to watch my back. Scooted out, changed the flag, came back, called Cade. I'm like, "Hey, Cade, check to your south, homie." And he looks south. He goes, "Did you do that?" I'm like, "Don't worry about it." And so, like, for the rest of the day, we just sat on this flag, basically babysitting it. And if it was 1 or 2 UFS guys, we'd pop them. And if it was more than 1 or 2, we'd just sit and let them walk away, flip the flag. I know for a fact John was going apeshit about it. Like, no one could probably figure out how this flag, or McCaleb, John McCaleb, was getting flipped over. And come to find out, after talking to John later, he was a little pissed about the whole thing, because no one could figure out how it was happening. And so, pro tip, if you're going to go secure an objective, not just do the objective, but secure the area around it, because there was 2 of us sitting in a house.
Well, no,
that's
the thing. I mean? Like airsofters, they're only looking here. They're not looking vertical. They're not looking around corners. Like, oh, flag, change it, and then.
Or here's a crazy idea: change the flag, move on for about 50 meters, and then sit on it for a little bit to see what happens. Especially if it's been changing back and forth. Someone has to be doing that. Yeah. But yeah, no, it was a great moment. It was one of those not fire a shot epic airsoft moments.
Oh yeah.
And then also mad props to Adam on Sunday for epic moments, because he actually sent
Hold on, we're not getting to Sunday yet.
Oh, we're gonna cover that. Sorry.
Yeah.
I just thought of it. It was hilarious.
Saturday index was about 8 p.m.
Yeah.
And then
I thought I was gonna get in trouble. I thought I walked off early. Like, I walked off at 7:30 and jumped in my truck and like the
index was
gear up area. And like I come back to the house and they're all like clean, cooking dinner and stuff, and I walk in like dragging my gear and stuff, all sweaty and nasty, and I'm like, they're like, "What are you doing? You were on the field for forever." And I was like, "Oh, I guess I lost track of time." And they're all like,
and his radio's still off.
Yeah, so. they're like, because I had coming from my former place I used to play. That was a little different about, you have to stay on the field till the exact goddamn moment. And now they're just like, if there's nothing going on, walk on.
Yeah. So also, about 9:30 on Saturday night, we do the Guerrilla Airsoft Radio podcast.
I'm going to pick a fight with Joe on this one, because he told me 8 o'clock.
Joe Mini
told me 8 goddamn o'clock. And I was at the community center at 8 o'clock, sitting there, wandering back and forth, asking people. No one knew what the fuck was going on. So I'm a small bone to pick with you, dude. Small.
It's okay. So it was an epic podcast. They go Facebook Live. It was awesome. All the folks from ASAP podcast was there. There were some other personalities were there.
I think they set the record for most people in a room while recording a podcast. I think they might have an Airsoft podcast.
No, but the entire cast of all the Airsoft podcasts.
One room
was in this room.
One room at the
same
time.
So you got to go check it out. Head on over.
It was a shit show, but it was the most glorious
Guerrilla
shit show you've ever seen.
Radio podcast on Facebook or iTunes or whatever. They
have SoundCloud now. Are they big balling?
No, they're on iTunes. They're on like
iTunes.
Spotify, iTunes.
All that
They're on
stuff.
the big ones.
Okay.
So they actually posted up, so you can go watch that episode as well.
That was a lot of
'Cause
fun.
Joe Mini talks about wrestling, snakes.
Some guy attacked them in the parking lot.
I mean,
there.
it was awesome. You
Yeah,
gotta go
like
check it out.
and then here's the best part: the guy who attacked them in the parking lot walks in the community center halfway through the episode,
Yeah.
just randomly. No spoilers.
So and then Sunday is an interesting because it's basically we get up Sunday, formation at 10, game on at 11, index is at 2. It's
Yeah.
like a 3-hour gut check. You may get into like maybe 2 major exchanges.
You know what I really like about AMS on Sunday is because their admins and combat controllers are kind of on. The rules are flexible at that point that day because, like, if you're 20 minutes till index and your fob is all the way on the other side of the planet,
Well, the way it's
they're all about
designed
keeping
is
people to play. You know what I mean? Like, half the time you might be told just stow your dead rags,
so
stand here for 5 minutes,
basically
go back in
the
game.
factions are going out and they have about I don't know maybe 2 to 3 fragos to kind of set the stage a little bit. But then AMS always does a real good job to bring them all together like that last hour of the game for a big fight. And sometimes they don't know where that's going to be.
Until about 30 minutes before it
Right, because basically they can kind of gauge where the forces are building, then they'll just drop some prop or something in between the two, like where they're
Bales
most
of
concentrated.
cocaine. Like bales of cocaine.
No, I think it was a Tomahawk
Tomahawk.
missile.
Oh, was it this time?
Yeah, I think
Okay.
it was a Tomahawk missile. It
But
was
yeah,
a warhead.
no, what I really love how AMS deals with Sundays. It's all about people's. It's the whole staff seems to be focused on Sunday about squeezing that last little bit of pew pew for all the players because you got to respect that from someone who understands they have paying customers who are spending a lot of money just on the ticket itself, then a lot of money to get to the event on their own and camping. You got to respect AMS trying to squeeze every moment they can out of the last day.
So
that's really important.
Index was at 2. So we came off. We started packing up. Raffle was at 3. We didn't go to raffle.
We sneak out. Sorry.
Yeah, it's because you go to. First, we don't need anything. We don't need to win stuff. But 2, it's kind of like it's hard to pull away because everybody wants to say goodbye. So we're just more like, we're just gonna sneak away.
It's actually it's a lot easier to catch everybody at the fob, like throughout Sunday, and be like, if I don't see you before I get off, just give everybody a hug, and then you're covered, and you can just slip off. I spend all Sunday saying goodbye to people essentially every time I run into them. Sometimes more than once.
So we pack up. We're on the road by around 4ish.
Yeah, we were on the road.
So it's the drive home, and 2 big things happened on the drive home.
Oh, we had the storm. That was.
Well, that's not really a big thing though.
Oh, are you talking about my personal
hold
storm?
on. No, before that, so we stop in Truth and Consequences.
Oh, Denny's and Truth and Consequences.
Denny's is like the ultimate after game place to eat because you can get anything.
And if you want to see us from now on, we voted.
Yep.
It was a secret.
It was
vote. Unanimous. From now on, if you want to find us on any Sunday after any event, just find the nearest Denny's. We're going
Denny's.
We're straight for Denny's. We don't care if we have to drive 3 hours to get there.
Oh,
Denny's is our stop.
I have to tell you, not now, but I'll tell you after the show about Copperhead 2.5 at Denny's.
Ooh.
With Robo, we're talking, and he puts his hand on the table, thinking it's his silverware wrapped in a napkin, but it's a dildo. So
that's fantastic.
I'll tell you that later. Many things happen at Denny's.
I've actually heard a lot of Robo and dildo stories. That's not the first one, which is why it didn't surprise me so much.
So we had dinner at Denny's. We get back on the road.
Denny's has this new it's a ball of hash browns with bacon and cheese inside. It's my new, and then you dip it in ranch. That's like my new favorite
really
thing.
Good.
Yeah, it's
very
terrible
good.
for you, but it's wonderful.
So then we get driving down, and we're past Santa Fe. And if any of you have done I-25, between Albuquerque and Denver,
you got to include the time frame here. It was after 10 o'clock at night.
It was after 10 o'clock at night. So even past Santa Fe, like if you want to, there's like when you're traveling cross country, there's typically truck stops, rest stops all along the side of the highway.
Nothing.
Between Albuquerque and Raton.
There's just nothing, dude.
Even though there's Santa Fe, you got to go like 5 miles off the highway to actually get into Santa Fe.
And unfortunately, right about when we were passing Santa Fe is the you've eaten nothing but junk food for an entire weekend gurgle started. and I thought I'd be okay. I was like, I can hold it till we find a truck stop. No, like, I mean, I'm getting the cold sweats down your back. Like, if you had that, like, I'm doing the Cheech and Chong, come on, cheeks, stay together, as I run down the street kind of thing. So we stop in the first small town we can find, which is, I don't know, West Bumfuck. And they're roll closed. Up. Yeah, everything's closed. Gas stations are closed, even though the internet says they're open.
Oh, and it's just enough to tease him because it was a Phillips 66 that's closed.
But they're doing inventory.
They're still in there closing up, and he's like, damn it!
I'm like out there like shaking, like I'll pay you everything in my wallet, just let me poop. So then we had to move on. We found East Bumfuck. And in East Bumfuck, apparently the only thing that they have in East Bumfuck is a dollar store.
It was actual the dollar store.
Yeah, dollar store brand, not a store that sells things for $1. And we pull up, and the entire staff is smoking cigarettes in their cars, getting ready to leave. And I say, hey, I'm looking for a bathroom. Where can I find a bathroom?
They start laughing at him.
And they start laughing, first of all. And then number two, one of the ladies goes, oh, yeah, just 30 minutes down the road in Santa Fe. And I'm like, we're going north. You see the Colorado plates. We're not heading south. We're heading north. Like, that's the wrong direction. Is there anything nearby? She goes, well, and I'm like, thanks a lot. Like, And so then it starts.
It took us, about 30, 35 more minutes
We
north?
lost about an hour on that side.
Dude, you were pinching cheeks for over an hour.
And the worst part is I was driving, too. That was the worst part. I was driving while doing this.
The fact that he's driving, I mean, his foot like...
I mean, it's a big, powerful truck. I got a little more performance out. Let's put it that way. So finally, luckily, we found where we finally found a bathroom. Small world. There was a youth soccer team from Denver stopped at the same place. So it was us and all these like junior aspiring Pele's and that's all I can think of for soccer players. What's another famous? Mia Hamm, famous Mia Hamms, that they're like doing the teenager on a road trip at 2:00 in the morning thing or 1:00 in the morning, like getting snacks and stuff. But yeah, luckily enough, I did not poop my pants. Too bad.
So we roll back in about 3 a.m.
Yeah,
we offload all the inventory and everything, all our stuff here at the warehouse, and then we head home and. That was the trip.
That was actually one of the least problematic trips I've ever been on.
Because it was with me.
Well, yeah. I mean, every time I've traveled with a team or with any group, there's always some emergency you got to solve. Like the generator eats itself, and you got to.
No, when your group grows.
Yeah, just exponential problems.
Because then this person brings their problems, this person brings their problems. I mean, it just Murphy comes out in.
And honestly,
droves.
what I was one thing that I had to remember on this trip was that when I got hungry and wanted to stop, all I had to be is like, hey, dude, can we pull over for 10 minutes and get something to eat? Or like, I want a soda. I was still in that mindset of like we had stops that we were going to make it to. And I forgot we were just two guys on a road trip at that point. So it's like, I'm getting hungry. We need to look for something to eat. Like Wendy's? No, we can wait for something better than that. You know what I mean? Like that was kind of like, it was a much more free experience that way.
So we're going to cut to a quick commercial break, and then coming back, it's going to be Cooking with Cookie episode. You're going to love it.
It's going to be kind of a surprise. It's just going to drop in a random house in New Mexico. And if you guys haven't stayed in one of the houses, now you can see what staying in one of the houses is like. To be fair, we were in the adult house with grown-ups who cleaned up after themselves. If you see pictures from the ASAP house, just treat that was the frat house. You know what I mean?
So, quick commercial break. Check it out. We'll be back in a bit.
Hi, this is Virgil from Historic Blast Camp Paintball and Airsoft, and you're watching the Valken Debrief.
Be sure to check out the Valken Tactical Kilo Gloves. Each glove is equipped with stretch mesh fabric and Velcro wrist closures. They come with silicone grips in those high contact areas and are touch screen friendly. These gloves are ultra lightweight and have soft gel padded knuckles to protect your hands against BB strikes. So no matter what kind of playing conditions you encounter, the Valken Tactical Kilo Gloves are the right fit for you.
I forgot cilantro. Hey, what's up, everybody? Kaiju here from the Valken Debrief Airsoft Show, and it's Peltast. Hey, Baby Shark. And this is Cole Thornton, aka
the Airsoft Bandit, apparently.
The Airsoft Bandit. And
we're hanging out at Copperhead because we are doing a little segment called Cooking with Cookie. Uh-oh. Why is that still up there? Why is your nameplate still up there, Peltast? We gotta get rid of that.
Is that awesome?
Let's get rid of that. There we go.
It's so dominant and masculine.
There we go.
Simply.
Hey, Cookie, say hi to the camera.
What's up? Where are we?
That was watching.
There we are.
You know what I'm a little pissed off? Sorry.
So, what are you making tonight, Cookie?
I'm making dinner in the middle of a desert. So we're doing fajitas. I'm making a little mango salsa. Fajitas. And we have some chicken breasts. Pretty simple. I sear them off, put them in the oven. And that's about it. Just trying to keep it light.
You need to use like the big word voice a little bit. Like we're all kind of like using big word voice.
Say it with your chest.
Like, you know, reach for the ball.
Oh, wait, he walked out. Come on back. Come on back, Woody.
The friend of the show, Woodcock, and oh my god. Come here, Stone. Come here, Stone.
About to go on his damage right now.
Come here.
Joe, a little ass.
Come over here. This way. No, break the light.
Freeze.
Camera.
Freeze.
There you go.
Where are you about to go, Stone?
I'm about to go to the damage.
He's about to go to the damn mission.
Once you give him a blast with that little gun you got there, let's see what you're working with.
Woo! Fire. Just pull it up.
And where'd you get that from?
We got this from Zero Customs.
That's
custom.
So, we were just here hanging out. American Milsim's Copperhead 5 in Playas, New Mexico.
How many Copperheads?
This is number 3 for me, even though it's 5.
What about you, Colton?
4 for me. Actually, no, 3 for me too.
Brad, how many you got in you?
2.
2?
2 for me.
2.5 was your first one? So it's 2.5. 3,
4, and now 5.
So this is 4.
So we're both on 4. Yeah. Are we the champions? I think we are the Copperhead champions.
Yes, my friend. Actually, I've got so many of those stupid little star patches. I've literally got 20 of them right now.
Oh, jeez.
What's up going on?
If you line them up on something, maybe you could make it like a drawing out of it.
So,
design.
I want to get like a Velcro shirt. Just like the whole shirt with little stars.
That shirt out with it.
Oh, yeah. By the way, if you want to see that, another podcast.
Ooh. By the way, if you
you guys are like a news show.
If you like this shirt, you can never get it unless you're here right now. It is only available to be given to you by the generous gentleman at ASAP.
We got
an
one.
attendee right here.
Well, now you see how it works is take a look at it and we won't see it. We'll give you a shirt.
They're cool people, man. Check them out. Right after us sometimes, and then before us sometimes, and other days sometimes. Just watch it.
We ain't got no damn schedule.
Alright, fuck. I haven't even eaten yet.
Are you okay?
Mine?
Yeah. Take a breath. Do you need some help in your boat?
I do not.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so we're chilling. I've already done like. So you want to cook that down?
So we are here cooking.
Cooking off, finishing.
So we're just
cooking bullshit.
Oh yeah, it's like
yeah. You need like a beverage.
You guys missed the time and fucking lore and
here you go.
Oh, forgotten that.
Yeah. So man, for those of you that have seen the trailer, the trailer for the most recent trailer for episode 9. We were trying to. We were talking about what we think is the reason behind the red Sith Eye red.
I think it's a negative thing. I think she's going through, just like Luke did, she's going through a vision quest or something like that. But if you look closer into some of the other stuff, she's doing some Skywalker shit. Like when she's fighting with Kylo, she does his little like swoop thing, like taunt him, and he's being defensive, and she's like trying to bring him into the fight.
I mean, some of those are just forms or Jedi lightsaber forms.
But it's the exact thing that he does. And it looks like, because if you watch the little clip when they're fighting on the bridge, or whatever that is, it looks like he's trying to be defensive and she's trying to draw him in. Like,
Let me throw this at you, okay?
Yes, sir.
So, pushing all of
Yes, sir.
aside,
Yes, sir. They are.
Force Ghost, right? And we know that the Sith inhabit their grave sites or where they were killed. So,
entire planet.
Sometimes entire planets. So, their souls are bound to it. So, let's consider this. You have Ben, and you have or Kylo and Rey, however you want to call them. What if you have the spirit of Skywalker, who has inhabited one of them, because the spirit of Palpatine, when they went back to the Death Star, has taken on the other one, and we're actually witnessing the dark and light side of the Force static out. And there are two examples of it, which would be Luke and
My only side of that is I would prefer with Vader fighting Palpatine because he's still this guy. Like his redemption arc's not done. He can't save his kid.
Don't want to do the anthem thing here?
Honestly, that's what the entire Star Wars series is about.
Well, it's about the Skywalker clan.
It's about anything else. It's about him specifically.
Well, I would actually go deeper than that because what if the Star Wars actually yeah. Dude, he plays Dungeons and Dragons so fucking hard. He's a 36 level cleric wizard homo mage.
Who are you talking about?
You.
I believe you for a second.
Are you
fucking But I'm about to just beat Woody up because I felt like it at that point. Like get your ass over here. Let me wedge you, boy.
Put the underwear right over the top of the fucking head.
Exactly.
But no, I'm just like I think the whole Star Wars saga is more about the correction of the imbalance. Palpatine is a big one-way imbalance, and then you have Skywalkers who have balanced the other way.
So I think the big problem is you're looking at it like it's a real thing. I'm talking about from like a narrative perspective.
So you're talking about from a story writing.
From a story perspective, it makes a better story to just make it about. This thing is like you can do all this deep dive, all this lore, all this crazy shit. Then you end up like Warhammer, where you got like 40 goddamn thousand fucking books that you can't ever know about.
Star Wars conversation.
I have recently gotten to
has returned. Brothers, yes.
Yeah, no. I actually there's a really cool thing on YouTube.
So real quick. So Cookie, what are you doing right now?
I am just seasoning some chicken so that I can sear it off here.
So when you're making fajitas, do you? Hey, talking with Cookie.
Sorry, he had a long drive, people, and he's a little sensitive. He's had a lot of stuff.
He's cranky Kaiju.
He's been dealing with people.
You gotta let him say what he's doing.
No, it's fine. Go on, King Ghidorah.
Everybody wants those beautiful Enola Gate products.
So, Cookie, do you slice the meat before or after you cook it?
After. You sear it off, finish it in the oven, and then we'll let it rest, and then we'll cut it up. Pretty easy.
I'm actually really stoked about salsa. It's like an onion, corn, mango.
Cookie made a gumbo, which, by the way, I'm going to do a quick shout. We have Conquest of Avalon coming up in November.
Yes.
For last year, Cookie made a baller-ass fucking gumbo, which I'm not a gumbo guy, but that shit was insane.
Speaking of which, if you have a planning to do Avalon, and have not gotten your tickets yet, I just got word from Will that they are selling rabbit.
They are really
So if you are putting this on your schedule, you need to get on that ticket purchase before they are gone.
If you haven't been, Conquest of Avalon is really cool. The big thing is it's at the Renaissance Fairgrounds in Waxahachie, Texas, which is cool in itself. But the way they run the game and the stuff they're like kind of twisting and doing, I guarantee you.
Those of you wondering who just walked next to Cookie, that's Brian.
These guys are not.
Hey, Brian.
Awareness.
Wait,
whoa! There you go. Look,
Hey, buddy!
Microwave. There you go, right there.
Back to Warhammer. Sorry. Anyway,
We are live.
No.
We are delayed, but we're going to be live at one given point.
I adjusted the audio sometimes they're actually wearing their helmets and stuff, and he animated an entire
Have you seen the story? Yeah, there's a lot of the ones where the guys are like they fly into the ship and then they just go.
Yeah, those are dope.
Yeah, those there's these core fan films that they did.
I got one.
Just wait.
We have intern Fritz helping us tonight.
It's random fucking troopers. And it's like we start.
That's all it was last time, too.
It's like I shout, you're like,
Yeah, it's weird because
just
you have technically you have
watch
3 beds.
Yeah.
But Fritz has been doing a good job. Should we bring him back to replace Julio?
See, there's some problems with that.
Fritz is thinking about doing this job.
Julio has a large family. Like, we're talking like Catholic size family here. We're talking like 12, 15 kids. So, like, I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, Fritz has got a steady gig.
We'll tell you what, Fritz.
But he's an intern. He's not getting paid.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Fritz, get over here.
You're hired.
Come say hi.
No.
No, I got me. What do we have?
We never see the intern.
Fritz is getting paid.
We'll get Brian to come over here.
We got like so much battery life left, man. Come on. There you go. So, like, how far away from me are we from like deliciousness at this point, buddy?
About 20 minutes.
That's just about how much battery goes. Thank you for joining us.
I have exactly 29 minutes of battery life.
That's perfect.
I will try
to run
it.
You do this like regular.
Yeah,
a little bit, pretty much. Yeah, like. So what's up, man?
No, man. Guys, thank you for having me.
Pleasure.
Sorry I haven't been around. I've been traveling a lot doing my construction gig. And,
So, what kind of construction do you do? Like, an ironwork, do you concrete?
And do you have a
steel? Yeah.
Like a journeyman or a
master mason?
Master of none, swinger hammer, I will. My official title is project manager. I work for a large company based out of Texas.
His official title is humongous!
Let's have protein now! Now, I'm just a project manager. I'm no better than anybody in my crews. To be honest, I will take nobody off the street if they have the heart to drive, and I will teach them everything they need to know to do anything I ask.
So,
anything. Simple things.
My sister was cook for like a lot of years in New York and all over the place. She always said that when you
grab the cooler, bring it over to the
want to
chair.
work hard, how to cook, teach a kid from the CIS who knew how to cook, how to show up on time for that.
That's what that, yeah, totally correct. She lets you think for that.
Anything all that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're 100% right. You're 100% right. I mean, I have guys that will hire, paying great money in the construction field that apparently know it all. But when I get them in the field, they struggle. And I don't know where the struggle is until I show up at the job site. And then by the time I show up at the job site, it's a little bit too late and my boss will call me. But I have guys, and as a matter of fact, we have a cop that's hired on nothing about construction. He's great people. So that right there pays for itself. He can talk to tenants, he can talk to property managers, and he can relay. He relays real time, good or bad, in a cop what's going down. And that helps me more than can go in.
So, how did we go?
I wouldn't be straight other than apparently driving down the road and there's a little late coming in. There might be a little late. We were supposed to be here at 9 o'clock this morning. What happened? So apparently, while Soto was sleeping in the back, my shift drive, I was an hour and 15 minutes in. Apparently I hit something. Or so I was told. Could be my co-passenger. I woke up the beast in the back, getting screamed at, and profanity saying he hit something. And I'm up there, swallowing my eyes out, driving a minivan, going, I did nothing, I promise. He's a very sensitive boy. Right. I'm very crying. Luckily, Cookie steps up for me, and we pull off the road, 3 guys in a minivan, looking for the donut spare tire.
How many adult men does it take to change a tire?
No, actually, I was hoping the sheriff would pull over to show us where it was. Did you see that on video? Like, good Samaritan sheriff. Oh, pull over, help this guy right now.
The detail you're forgetting that normally the sheriff pulled over a young blonde with the low cut, and the stuff, and that's normally what gets the pullover. 3 guys, and these guys, I'm not saying anything negative, but you guys are not supposed to drive.
I'll be honest.
And so, I mean, like, there's no motivation, you know what I'm saying?
My best feature is my legs.
Were you?
And I might have had long pants on, to be honest. Had I had the short shorts on, I might have got somebody to stop.
Hey, Cookie, I got a question for you.
Sure.
Change the subject.
Who has bigger biceps? Brian or Corey from Guardian Apparel?
That's a good question. I don't really know. We should do a comparison.
We should have a comparison. Because I really couldn't tell from here.
Goddamn, he's more of a band than me.
Actually, true.
Yeah. I gotta be somewhere in 5 minutes. Oh, you gotta.
You're on the ammunition?
Yeah, I have to Charlie Fox drive. 5 minutes. How much battery you got? 5%. 24 minutes. You're leaving 24 minutes. We better if they didn't get there. Well, regardless if it's a Charlie Fox ride or not, there's still an obligation. I get you. So, are you taking off a little bit? Yeah, probably. I'll just have to figure it out. Or is it? I'm like really smelling that chicken. That's just the chicken.
That's what I'm
That's
saying.
none of the other stuff.
I can't believe that you are eat that chicken fresh cooked delivered to your mouth steak.
I know, right?
That's a tough one. I have to respect your personal integrity.
I don't know, but my stomach may override my personal integrity. I don't know.
My stomach is often overrode my personal integrity. That's why my stomach is bigger than the rest of my body.
So, what else do you add to the chicken?
Nothing, just some fajitas. Making it simple in the desert, fajita seasoning and pan spray, so I'm not using so much oil and stuff like that. But that
vegetables?
No, I bought some mangoes when we stopped in Benning. And so some onion, mango, didn't get cilantro. Some onion, mango, some of the seasoning, some lime juice, and that's about it. Just cooking it down a little bit, making a hot sauce.
Green chili sauce there, homie? It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a little bit of that in there too.
The Colorado in the house, thank you greatly. The green chili literally runs through me.
It's good. Yeah. So good. Bites it light. What are you going to be doing this weekend? You know, I stepped to somewhat of a leadership role further down the food chain, which I'm fine with doing. I'm in Delta, and you're there. Yeah, so I've got some good people, some people I've never met. So I'll be honest, I'm pretty excited. I've got.
Are you in charge of soda and food?
No. That's above my pay grade.
I am combat controller for Alpha.
Oh
Yeah.
shit!
Yeah, it's a
We have
serious.
three.
I think it's a patch.
Do we have all the combat controllers staying in the house?
I think
No, well, what do you
Yeah,
here?
Whoa!
Who's in the house? Have a seat.
Yes. So, for those of you that don't know, on Instagram, this is at casshole_.
Yeah.
Did I get that right?
Yes. Yes.
And you were from
Philadelphia.
Go Eagles. Real shit. Real shit.
These are my friends.
Okay, wait. So Cookie, you're a combat controller. Woody's a combat controller.
Woody.
You're the two for UFS?
There's three, but I forgot who's the other.
3 total. I don't think he's made it in tonight.
Okay.
He wasn't at the 3. So
Let's go look at the
all
other.
combat controllers. They're all actually all staying here.
All staying
Yeah, that's pretty rad.
Wait, so who's the third one?
Oh gosh, put me on the spot.
Hang on.
Oh my God. Not Rich Gully, because he's running. No, Rich Gully he's Greg running? Or no? No, because Greg can't because he has the. He's going to have these that he's travel right now. Yeah, unfortunately, yes, he is. He could have filled that role perfectly.
Yeah, he's normally combat controller. And then and then Alex. No.
Cody is more senior game admin.
Yeah. But he told me he was combat controller before.
Before when Alex Mulder was running game control. Okay.
Yeah. Full of internal AMS.
So we know 4 copperheads. We got 3 copperheads. How many you got? 2?
This is my first copperhead.
Cass is a copperhead virgin.
He's popping his cherry in the morning. Yes. I'm so proud of that boy.
I want to be around when he cramps up.
Oh,
No. Is this the highest elevation you've ever played airsoft at?
Yes. When the sound starts flying, dude, I just go in beast mode, man. It's ready. I'm ready.
Wait, famous last words.
Hold on. Before I comment on that, are you playing UFS or COD?
UFS.
Okay, I hope he cramps up.
Hired guns. Dude, I'm a hired gun. I play
Even though he's been wearing green all day today.
Yeah, all day long. He's good.
We got just so you guys know, we got 15 minutes of go hard and 30 minutes of recover in the dark somewhere.
Oh my God.
Out of sight.
We're full of no, not in the dark because you might find a rattlesnake.
I've told everybody, find a rattlesnake, give it to me, and I'm sending it back to Philly.
Okay, so you are a Copperhead virgin. Why did you want to come out to this event?
I've been to a bunch of AMS events, and we were supposed to have like an Eastern Front over in New Jersey. We were supposed to have it actually in August, but it got canceled. So since it was canceled, this was the one I wanted to go to, and everybody was like, if you're going to go to a Copperhead event, because I was going to go to Broken Home this year, but I couldn't for the work and everything. Everybody said, if this is the one you're going to go to, just make sure you make it to Copperhead. If you're going to go to any event, make sure you go to Copperhead. And I hear that. And I haven't seen you since Broken Home 2 years ago.
2017.
Yeah. So when I was supposed to have came to Copperhead that year.
2016.
Yeah.
16.
When I was supposed to have come to Copperhead that year, you gave a friend of mine patches for Vegas 6. I actually bought those patches,
Vegas 6 was
I actually bought those patches
before we met. Vegas, so that's okay. Cool. So you understand context. When I was running as a company commander for 2 years for UFS, I had what I called my Praetorians. That was my inner squad that would run with me. It was called Delta 6 because we were Delta Company and we were green. So I had these Roman numeral 6 cat eyes made to go on the back of the helmet.
Yes, I brought them this year.
So, which were made by Moguns. Derek from Moguns.
Why is he
shameless plug? He's on a dam.
Damn him. Derek's on a dam right now.
I know. Working. After 2 years of UFS, they created PSA, which is the Pacific State Alliance. And my story was I defected from UFS to take command of PSA, which is on the Pacific side of the United States. So Delta 6 turned into Vegas 6 because Vegas was the capital of the Pacific. Because of how the region was set. It was like one big state.
Yeah.
Vegas was the capital? So the patch evolved from green cat eyes with the Roman numeral 6 to the Las Vegas
to the flag.
Sign
Yeah, it's like the flag.
with the PSA flag and it says Vegas 6.
I have that flag as well.
So Vegas 6 is rolling again this weekend, but only under green.
But I'm under UFS this year because I'm a hired
So
gun.
he can't wear the badge.
I'm a hired gun, you know what I mean? I go wherever the fucking gunfight is, I run for the fire.
You switch sides with this one, and I switch sides with this one, so it balances out. This is my first green, dude. I'm really stoked for this. I have never gotten to be a fucking hood rat. I am so.
Why does green have to be hood rats?
Because that's fun.
Yeah, kind of green is
that. Now you're carrying over some of the UFS paradigm that green.
Right. It's what Cost used to say about UFS. I have fought Cost. It was proved by Cost. All our life.
I fought for Cost in Iron Horse a couple years ago, and that was actually cool before I got my engine and everything. But I actually fought for Cost in Iron Horse, and dude, we wrecked ass. We killed two.
Literally,
Wait, can he say that on television?
We're not on television. It's Facebook. The Cooper word.
Hey, Mark. How's it going, Mr. Zuckerberg?
Yeah, but you know what the best part about going Cost UFS and vice versa is you get to meet individuals that you may have had epic battles with and walked out with dead wrecks. Either way, you get to fight with them and you realize, why did I never get, I got to meet this person. And then you fight UFS with them or you fight Cost with them. And it's just, where's this gap?
I bond with people who do better when they're on the opposite side. Honestly, we were playing opposite sides first time we met. We met actually on the same side, opposite sides.
I want better. I want to get
No.
a good fight with somebody. Wait.
Oh, no,
shit!
no,
No, we
because-
don't mess together. Yeah.
Because I was Alpha Company Commander
I
of
forgot.
FS, manning the bridge, Pegasus Bridge.
Pegasus,
at
he's
Broken
talking
Home.
about Broken
I
Home.
forgot about that. I'm sorry.
Dude.
I apologize.
You are
How
a
many
fucking
times did
awesome
your
leader.
truck
I'm
stop
gonna
at
put
that
out there.
bridge?
He's a fucking awesome leader.
That was my. All right. So, in my defense, that was my first event. Fucking ever. Like
I think he was drunk at the time.
No, sober. And I was like, dude, I had played maybe like 4 months, 3 months of like local airsoft, kind of joined a team, and then next thing I knew, I was like in the biggest airsoft event ever. You know what I mean? Like, and it's overwhelming the first time you see a real broken home. And this last one was kind of on the small side, but like the previous broken homes where you have 800 players on the field, and you got helicopters and 7 or 8 trucks, and it's just chaos, and it's overwhelming, man. It's insane the first time.
And your first big game, you go a Milsim, and you go probably the biggest AO.
Right. Oh, dude.
That literally beats the best players up halfway through
It was 100,000 degrees outside. It was 1,000,000% humidity. Like, it was awful, and that was a challenge, man.
I'll tell you one thing. Well, when it comes to like big AOs and stuff like that, like then it's a challenge of like how well you communicate with your team, and like sort of like how well you execute these objectives that you're given, because like it's so much of a challenge. Like dealing with the heat, you're dealing with the stress, dealing with everything.
Because I got a question for you.
Okay.
Well, that's why
You missed Eastern Front because it was canceled.
Yeah.
Postponed. If you could get AMS to come back to the East Coast to do Eastern Front AMS local, what field would you want them to host for that?
Well, I mean, like, okay, like, so I'm up in like
there's a lot of pressure.
So
That's
I'm
a lot.
Pennsylvania, like, so I'm from Pennsylvania, like there are like a bunch of like big giant fields out there, but I would say Zulu 24. Zulu 24 is a huge field because I was out there. I was up there a couple weeks ago for like a Benghazi event, like where we did like where we did the 13 hours event. Like so, we were on rooftops with like sort of like a bunch of guys, and we were outnumbered 3 to 1. Like 3 rooftops from 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. in the morning. And
Zulu 24.
It was so intense.
They are known for their
so
night game.
intense.
That sounds like it's stacked.
I can't decide which one I would rather be on, the defenders or the attackers for that.
Like Zulu
They
24.
both sound
I mean,
so
Who runs Zulu 24?
Like you got like sort of like a couple guys. I'm not sure of their
You don't
names.
remember
I don't remember their names, but it's like a guy named Mario, and like a guy named Mario is fucking awesome. But it's like it's like 3 of them.
This is good. We need to see it. We need to see it.
It's like 3 of them. But Zulu is a field which is an airsoft field. It's not a paintball field, so you ain't got to worry about like paint. It's built for airsoft. You know what I mean? Like I had
Because I know Dark Horse 6 Milsim.
Dark Horse was out there.
They rave about Zulu 24.
They were on the other roof aside from us, and I mean, dude, like for 13 hours, it was an intense battle of all fucking. It was like like natives versus us, and like so it was crazy. So like so boom, like 7 o'clock it starts, right? 7 o'clock it starts, and we're like on a roof and chilling and everything, and then we hear like sort of like we hear a bunch of noise. Later on, there's like a couple of noise, and then it was like a recession.
Was it most recent
event?
Yeah. The most recent one?
Yes.
So
it was like a recession.
Did you hear? Was it Rich from Strike Tactical on the megaphone?
Oh, yes, it was him. It was definitely Rich from Strike Tactical.
So he's beating you verbally.
Rich is like playing like a local civilian. He's just like screaming propaganda.
So it's like
megaphone.
300 or more fucking people, and they're like
human waves
walking through the village and everything.
In your head all the time.
Walking through the village and everything. So everything was all cool because sort of like these guys were protesting, saying like go back home and everything and stuff like that. So like they do like one wave, like it's the second wave that comes through. So
it's a successive wave after wave.
So it's like wave after wave, and then like one guy hangs back. Right. So one guy hangs back
It's
from
like
the
a
fucking
zombie.
wave.
It's like a smart zombie game.
Yes.
So what we need,
So
what we need to do is bridge that gap. We have.
Let me tell you.
We
how
have
it came
Oklahoma
off.
and New York. We hear about New York. You just brought it up. It sounds amazing.
Yeah.
We need to get them on there, get their information. And somehow
Zulu.
we need to bridge that gap.
You know how
Overwatch needs to send a baseball.
Overwatch Tactics is the bridge.
We need to work on that. Yeah, we'll send you a care package.
By the way, I heard a rumor today. Overwatch might be working on some new stuff. Now, I know you can't talk about anything right now.
New stuff.
Well, I heard a birdie whispered in my ear that Overwatch might be, expanding outside of like Texas, Oklahoma area.
Oh, the rumors are rough.
I
There's
know,
so many out there.
I mean,
Airsoft Secret?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, is there, can you give a hint or maybe like a little teaser for anything you guys are working on right now?
Well,
Let's take Rich Cherry right now.
I'm a small fish with a guppy.
That's
in
what
the fish bowl.
I'm working my way
I'm
up.
a bottom.
See, I'm
a bottom
I'm
feeder.
going to pressure you, and then I'm going to pressure Cookie.
There are potholders
and
in
then
there.
I'm going to pressure Will. So I'm just starting with you, okay?
I've
Let
lived
me
with
tell
Sal
you
for 30
Let me tell you
years.
about this Benghazi op. It was so crazy because sort of like a second wave rolls through, right? So it's like a couple of them break the barrier. So a couple of them break the barrier, and then so we kill them from the rooftops.
Were they coming into the buildings, or was it just down the street?
Like they were pounding on the barriers and breaking the barriers to get to our buildings. 3 of them got in, 3 or 4 of them got in, and then we wasted them. So they walk away. So
Hold that thought, because I might have to cut you off. Because we just went to power signal.
Oh,
How close?
Hold on. How close?
Are you able to at least
Give that
pull it out and show it to the camera, so people can at least see?
Magic of TV shot.
What?
The magic of TV right there.
It's pretty boring.
Yeah, you guys got food over here. You guys got real food over here. We got fucking TV pizzas and everything.
That's all we brought is TV pizzas, but thankfully Overwatch is way cooler.
We call him Cookie for a reason. This guy is a chef for a major hospital. I will be perfectly honest with you. The times I've met him, he cooks these phenomenal steaks, bone in hand, full fist bones, with over a campfire.
What's the secret? Temperature, cooking temperature?
Love. Is it love?
Slow and good.
Slow and good.
It always bothers me when people say they put their love into what they're cooking. Because all I can think of is,
You rubbing your feet on what I'm about to eat.
What are you putting in there?
God, you guys are rubbing your feet on what I'm about to eat.
Pretty dark out.
So, thank you for joining us here at Copperhead 5, American Milsim in Playas, New Mexico. We're cooking with Cookie. That's making fajitas tonight. We've talked about a whole bunch of random crap.
We've had so many people.
It's so cold. Yeah.
We've had cat.
Cat.
Woodcock came in.
Woodcock came in.
Oh,
Stone came in.
Oh, and you didn't see around the corner. He wouldn't come in. He was a little shy. It was Corey from Guardian Apparel.
Yeah, and then we had our new intern, Fritz, who is really kind of on my shit list right now because that's
Fritz, can we get a beer? Grab a beer round? Beer round?
I'm going to can his ass if he doesn't fix this situation. Right fucking now. I mean, it's just mix up.
The big beer of the night was?
Yes.
Looks like Dos Equis.
All right, staying employed. Here we
All
are.
right. So, we're going to return back to the studio where we
do the magic of TV.
Do the magic of TV.
Are going to magically give an AAR for this wonderful event because by the time we get to this.
No, I thought we already did the AAR.
No, we're at the event right now. So we have to do
No,
AAR
but before they see this, we already did the AAR.
Oh, yeah, you're going to see the AAR from this. We'll go back to the studio.
Yes.
We got something.
Maybe it's an AAR.
Yes.
Maybe.
Anyway,
there's a lot going on.
We're heading back to ourselves in the studio.
See ya. Hi, me.
And we're back. We're back.
Dude, that was hilarious.
Dude, we just jumped from Colorado to New Mexico to back to Colorado.
I know.
I feel like we're a professional show at this point.
We are.
Like, it's
the
almost
production
like
value. We're here to entertain you.
dancing monkeys.
So,
Thank you so much for spending another Thursday night with us. If you're watching this right now and you're anywhere near the Guardian Center in Georgia, GTI?
Well, no, that's next week. War Game Oklahoma is this
War Game
weekend.
Oklahoma. So if you're in Oklahoma, we're at D-Day right now.
Yes.
So if you're watching this right now, look for the big Valken setup. We got the
big yellow tents.
We got some good stuff. We got tons of products for sale. Mostly, you can come over and say hi to us. And if you haven't joined the Alliance yet, if you have not joined the Alliance yet, this is a chance.
You can come and join on site,
and he'll hook you up with probably a good discount.
Maybe depends how
I'm gonna do an Army thing here. It would behoove you to sign up for the Alliance when you're purchasing something because there's some bonuses there. See what I'm saying? That's the behoove right there. You like that?
So. Thanks for watching or listening, whether you are watching on Facebook, YouTube, or listening on SoundCloud.
IGTV.
And IGTV. We try to keep up IGTV.
It's trying.
Those millennials or whatever comes after the millennials.
I'm a millennial at this point. Like, we gotta come up with a name for the after millennials or something that now we despise.
All right. So be sure to head on over to ValkenAlliance.com and sign up. And
Enola Gay.
Thank our sponsor, Enola Gay.
If you don't have an Enola Gay product in your grenade pouch, in fact, they're so convenient that MC Kydex is now making purpose-built single smoke and banger containers. If you don't have that, you suck. Period. That's it.
Yep.
I just got nothing
Especially
else to
the
say.
nade tube.
Oh, dude, I saw a couple this weekend.
Yep.
I actually was.
I almost bought the 3 nade tube.
What stopped you? Just couldn't. Just had that little voice that said you bought too much swag this weekend.
Yeah,
it happens.
Yeah,
it's called responsibility. Thank you so much for joining us again. We love you all. Please drop comments and whatnot in the you know what to do. See you next week. Call your hits.
But there's only one guaranteed way you can have peace, and you can have it in the next second. Surrender.
I didn't think you had it in you. I'm your huckleberry. We will not go quietly into the night.
It is your killer instinct which must be harnessed if you expect to survive in combat.
You want answers? I think I'm entitled. You want answers? I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward.
They will be met with fire and fury like the world has never seen.
Remember this day, man, or it will be yours for all time.
What keeps you awake at night?
Nothing. I keep other people awake at night.